I don't think our guys got frightened at all, to be honest. They're not afraid of anybody.
It's Monday morning and the team have just 24 hours to recover before their next match. It would also be the only chance to get to see some of this huge, vibrant city, do a spot of shopping, and maybe even pick up a bargain or two from Mumbai's colourful markets.
The guys don't ask for a lot, they don't even ask for money, they're supposed to get a daily allowance. None of them are taking it. But I mean, they're upset with how they're being treated as well, because they work so hard against India to come back and win it. And after the game, they weren't allowed to have a beer. There was 4 cases of beer given by the Indians to us to kind of celebrate our win. They didn't give it to us, and you can understand that on the one point, because we have only one day in between, so we had to not relax too much. But then there was things like, I said, okay, we can't have a beer, can we have a glass of Coke? They weren't giving a glass of Coke even.
Luke, who picked up a thumb injury in the sloppy performance against India, has been left out of the starting 15.
A quick prediction for today is I'll probably get a run out in the second half. Hopefully by then most of the hard work will be done. But again, the weather's going to be a big factor, and if the guys play a big first half and beat Malaysia, if they really hit them hard, Malaysians are small, they're soft, they won't like it. So the guys really have to do some hard work in the first half, and I think you'll see a much bigger first half from our guys.
Thank you.
And a much better performance it was. From the off, it seemed that Malaysia's mind games had backfired. And they ended up getting steamrolled by a fired up Kazakh 15.
It's important to me to play for Kazakhstan. I really want to play for Kazakhstan, so I'll do whatever it takes to play. If I'm translating for a group of 30 people all the time, it can get frustrating, because everybody needs your help all the time. I don't mind translating for the players because I am a player. I got really annoyed like this week with Stanislav's friends. They're drunk all the time. You're translating rubbish. I mean, I don't want to do that.
Я же тебе говорил вчера, что Малайзии будет пиздец. А ты мне не верил? Посмотри, счет какой. Малайзии пиздец. Дай мне сигарету. Give me, please, cigarettes.
На нем мы не настроились, мы играли как во время тренировки. Ну а так мы вышли настроенные и порвали их.
After the game, some of the players have to talk to the press. Timur, the captain, faces a particularly bizarre line of questioning.
What is your preference?
Lamb. Not lamb. А как будет баранина? Beef? Beef. Нет, говядина. Баранина.
Lamb?
And besides meats, what else? I mean, you can't have only meats.
Что еще ешь? Кроме
Everything. Fish?
chicken, steak.
How are you liking India?
А как тебе Индия?
Воняет. Ну, скажи то, что вот погода вообще по сравнению с нами не сравнить. Очень душно и очень жарко. И, душно и жарко.
The weather is just so humid.
Huge quantities?
Small quantities, but
Very often. Probably lots of intake of water.
water. Yeah, like juice.
Juices. And
Peach juice.
With juice? Peach. Okay.
Now that the hard work is done, the lads finally get their hands on a few beers. However, relations between the players and the head of the union have deteriorated throughout this trip.
Stanislav Knora is the head of the Kazakhstan Rugby Union. So he's the most important guy in rugby in Kazakhstan. And over the last few years, I've developed a really good relationship with him. He's not the easiest person to work with. I don't think that anywhere else in the world would you find anybody who is so committed to rugby.
Kazakhstan.
Before heading home, the team has a chance to pick up the papers and enjoy their moment of glory. Especially Anton, now known as King Kong. After the success of the Games in India, the focus can now shift to Almaty, where Kazakhstan hosts the tiny Pacific island of Guam in the group decider. Training takes place in the old CSKA stadium, home to Luke's club in Kazakhstan. CSKA stands for the Central Sporting Club of the Army, and it's a no-frills venue. Interestingly, Luke has just returned from Guam, where he attended an Asian rugby summit with Stanislav Knorr, in his capacity as development manager for Kazakhstan Rugby, and of course as their unofficial translator. Confident of beating Guam, the players start to think of their next round.
Если выиграем потом это Сингапур или Шри-Ланка, мы 2 игры играем, дома и там.
Ну, одну на выезде, одну
Да, если выиграем, потом будем в дивизионе с Гонконг и
Корея.
арабы.
А арабы?
Мы
Арабы что,
там.
выше нас получается? Мы что, в самом низкой подгруппе? Почему?
After successfully guiding the Kazakhstani women's team to the World Cup finals, head coach Valery Popov is back to take charge of the men's team and is confident going into tomorrow's game.
Видно, что они находятся на начальной стадии развития регби в своей стране. Видно, что уровень регби любительский, что высоких кондиций, чем должно отличаться регби, этого не видно. Мы тоже не очень давно занимаемся, соответственно, наш уровень регби тоже еще находится на ранней стадии развития. Но, как мне кажется, это опять же заочно, что наши кондиции немножко повыше. Физические кондиции в первую очередь.
Guam hold a training session at CSKA's main stadium, which will be the stage for only their second ever full international rugby match.
Our game with India, that was our first ever game. We never played a team. We've been just playing among ourselves, and I mean, from that result from the India game, we did really good considering they had already played, 7 years. So I think we're going in a positive direction.
Some of the players get a sneak preview of tomorrow's opponents, but what do Guam know about Kazakhstan?
We know that they're very physical side. They like to keep it very tight in the forwards. They've got pace out wide, but they don't use it as much as they probably could because they play a very they really grind you down, I think.
Luke's club, CSKA, current Kazakhstani champions, provide no less than 10 of the national side. They were a major force in Soviet rugby, but all that changed in 1992.
И наступил критический момент, это 92-93 год, когда пошел распад Советского Союза. Казахстан стал самостоятельным государством, и мы начали развивать регби непосредственно уже в Казахстане.
То есть, когда она появилась у нас, регби, это был экзотический вид спорта, о котором много слышали, но, наверное, ничего не видели, не знали.
Была создана женская команда в этот период. И также продолжали заниматься детьми, играющих в регби.
Англо-франкоязычных, они приезжали и, чтобы занять свой досуг, они хотели играть в регби. Хотели заниматься регби с кем-то. Вот такие люди стали инициаторами возрождения регби в Казахстане.
И Казахстан в ближайшее время может стать одной из лучших стран азиатского региона, который развивает регби.